Hello and welcome back to the tutorial for Geography Year 3, Unit 1, Settlements and Land Use, and this is video part 2. This video will walk you through the following areas: how to adapt activities and lessons, how to plan for the inquiry question, and key moments within the unit to look out for. Adapting activities can be easily done by using the ebook workbook and the snipping tool to paste the activity onto a Word or published document and edit it. From there, you can print it and stick the adapted activity into your exercise book or directly over the workbook original activity. You may be familiar with the snip tool, but it can be found by searching in the search bar or simultaneously pressing Windows, Shift and S. Drag your mouse to highlight the area you want to copy, and that selection of your screen can be copied onto your clipboard and then onto your Word or Publisher document. This is the first workbook activity for Lesson 1. I'm going to run through the activities in the workbook from lesson 1 to 6 and give suggestions on how you may adapt them. You don't have to use my examples or even adapt at all, but these are suggestions for ways in which you could. For this activity, pupils need to use an atlas to find and label the hills and mountains on the map. Support pupils by giving pupils a starting letter for the keyword. This could be for one or all the labels. Partially completing the activity as a model and to give pupils more time to be successful, and printing the keywords as labels for pupils to stick in. Stretch pupils by asking them to complete a more challenging activity such as list the mountain that is furthest north or south or east or west. For this activity, pupils need to use the map and photograph to answer the right questions. Support pupils by highlighting the keywords and symbols they match for support. Use arrows. Give pupils one example to start. Stretch pupils by asking them challenging activities such as create a leaflet encouraging people to visit St Ives. For this activity, pupils need to add the labels to the diagram of the features of a river. Support pupils by using the highlighter tool to highlight keywords in the text. Match the colour of the highlighted text to the keyword. Partially complete the activity as a model and to allow more time for pupils to be successful. Print the keywords pupils stick in, and give pupils some starting letters for some or all of the boxes. Stretch pupils by asking them to describe the journey of a river from start to finish. For this activity, pupils need to answer several right questions. Support pupils by giving them options to read and tick, by giving pupils the keywords in a word bank to sort, and by offering pupils support with their explanation. These words can increase in complexity depending on the pupil. Stretch pupils by asking them to answer more challenging activities such as explain which type of settlement you'd like to live in and why. For this activity, pupils need to use the map to answer the questions about the counties in England. They should use the map compass to help. This activity spans 2 pages. Reduce the number of questions asked by sticking a blank text box over the top to allow pupils more time with fewer questions. Use the highlighting tool to support pupils using the map to find information. Label north, south, east and west on the compass and use the highlighting tool to support. Stretch pupils by asking them to create their own questions and answers about counties using the map. For this activity, pupils need to use the pie chart to answer questions about land use in the UK. Support pupils by giving them multiple choice answers. Use the highlight tool to highlight key information in the questions. And stretch pupils by asking questions such as, do you live near a green area? Is it an urban area, farmland or protected land? To recap, this is the inquiry question for this unit. What is the land like in the United Kingdom and how do we use it? The main disciplinary concepts are DC1, the physical world, and DC2, human environments. To support teachers with implementing the inquiry question, we've created an inquiry question support document. Here you can find the information you will need and an additional activity for pupils to complete. This could support them as a planning activity, be a recap of the entire unit knowledge to refresh memories before the assessment, or be edited into the assessment itself. The Enquiry Question support document for this unit can be found with the other resources on Oxford OWL. Your Enquiry Question could be answered as an extended write, a poster, presentation, a question paper, a multiple choice quiz, or whatever best suits your class. For every unit, there are elements that will need to be planned in advance. You'll need to plan an engaging hook to excite pupils to the learning to come, print off any additional resources per lesson, and gather resources for specific lessons by reading through the unit planning guide. Hopefully, you now feel confident about accessing and teaching this unit. Any questions, please send to primarymastery@curriculumplus.org.uk, and we welcome all feedback to ensure that these resources are as supportive as possible for you and your pupils.